Okay, I think we are now live. Hey guys, I am very sorry about the little uh hibernation I was in for a little bit. Luckily, I've ended that. I just posted a tier list of both Quentin Tarantino and Denis Villeneuve's. I probably screwed that up. Their directorial. Oh, give me a second. Yeah, sorry. I had the stream going. I don't know if you guys heard that. So there was an echo probably. Anyway, I have those as a tier list. I will try and pin that in a comment in a second, and let's catch up with the chat, which should not take very long. Film Kit says, hey, dude, good to see you. Okay, so this stream was basically just because I wanted to show everyone that I'm not dead, and because I thought it would be fun. Haven't done a Q&A in a long time. I finally get to celebrate the fact that I not only passed my goal of 1,000 subscribers in my little nap I was in, I managed to go to 1,040, which is quite an achievement for my sake. And I thought it might be good to let you guys know what's coming in the future of this channel. So, like, what are we going to be getting later? All that stuff. Yeah, so take a look at something. Yeah. Okay, Connor Productions, one of the regulars around here for the most part, although it's not. Although there's very few regulars. Sup, Ledger? Good to see you, Connor. Hope you're having a good day. Congrats on 1K subs. Thank you very much. I'm very happy I finally reached that goal. It only took me, I think it was 2 years. It's been a bit. I think I started it right around the time the Batman was coming out. Still bummed I didn't see that one in theaters. I should have. Oh boy. Anyway, that's off track. Although we do still have Batman content probably coming in later, so maybe not. But okay, I wanted to let you guys know what's coming in the future of this channel. So, uh, uh, mm, well, for starters, I need to get a Joker Folie à Deux review out. I saw it in theaters right around the time it came out, so I have already seen it, and I will post a review on it as soon as I get the chance, which should be coming soon. Uh, what else do I have? I know there's more an X-Men tier list because I did see Deadpool and Wolverine like right before it actually released because I work at a theater. So we did an employee screening a day before it should have released. So I did see Deadpool and Wolverine in theaters. I actually saw it twice in theaters. So I'm gonna do a tier list of the entire X-Men series. And I got a couple more coming out. I wanted to do a ranking of the Crow franchise, but I don't think I can do that because just I saw the first one, loved it. Saw the second one of the worst sequels I've ever witnessed in my life. I it's a little too much. Oh boy. Connor, it's all right. I just got caught up. I just got up. That's a big difference. So, Connor, I'm not going to see Joker 2 until it comes on Max. Yeah, fair. Hopefully you didn't get too disturbed by all the terrible reviews it got. It got an even worse cinema score than Madam Web did. Although Madam Web was significantly worse, like by a lot. Connor, I saw Deadpool 3 opening weekend and I loved it. Yeah, it was a blast from start to finish. It's one of those things that you cannot miss in the theater, and if you do, you will regret it. I never would have dreamed when I was little, because I always wanted to see the first two, that I would actually end up seeing the third one in theaters. But anyway, I did, and yep, loved it. If you guys follow me on Letterboxd, you can read that review. You can read my review for Joker Folie à Deux. I'm probably screwing that name up. I don't really know this stuff very well. Whew. So I have those videos coming out. I'm going to be trying to... This one's not exactly guaranteed. It's supposed to be coming out. I'm going to try and put a... I say this. We did the new genre challengers thing of sci-fi. I was late on that one for some weird reason. Probably because the movie I was supposed to be watching ended up screwing me over. But I'm going to try and get the group averages out, and then hopefully we will be doing a stream with that with Cade, Jay, and Drew. Wait, did I ever mention the Drew? Okay, I might have just spoiled that. Sorry about that. But yeah, so we do have 2 new members of the group. Anyway, Connor, yeah, I heard it's worse than Madam Web. Is it more infuriating than Madam Web? Absolutely. Is it more, I mean, is it worse than Madam Web? No, not even close. At, at least you can respect some of the things in Joker. Like the acting is not terrible at all, and it is very well directed. Madam Web is a failure on all accounts. There's nothing it has going for it. I'm going to see Saturday Night tomorrow. Cool. Not really my type of movie. I do not know Saturday Night Live very well at all. Since we don't have too many people in here, just Connor and Film Kid who's just dropping a like and just dropping a comment every once in a while. I'm going to try and put out that tier list real quick. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pin this in a comment so that it's easier for you guys to get instead of just having to scroll through everything. Come on, come on. Let me do it. Let me do it. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I might have to do that on a different device. Give me a second. Okay, I don't know much about Saturday Night Live either, but the basic premise to the movie where it's going to be in a constant rush sounds interesting. Cool. Okay, let's get this. I don't know if you guys can still see me. Probably can. Okay. And it should be posting now. Now to pin that comment. There we go. There, I think that did it. Okay, anyway, that's usually my live streams don't get too many people, so it may not be a particularly long stream. If it starts flooding in the comments, then maybe. If you guys have YouTube channels, sharing would be greatly appreciated. That is always what helps usually, is that when as many people come in as possible. That has only ever happened once though for me. And it was a fun time doing that one, but yeah. Connor, my favorite SNL episode is the one with the Grinch, if you remember that one. Don't know, sorry. There we go. Yep. Okay. Lately, I was more active on Letterboxd than I kind of got off Letterboxd too because of some schoolwork, but I should be able to handle this now. So Letterboxd and YouTube, I'm going to be sure to start being more active on so that I don't have to deal with such I don't have that on my conscience that I keep ignoring my channel. Because my channel haven't been ignoring me. I've been getting a lot of really good views lately. Rambo 3 is still my most popular video with 53,000 views, which still shocks me. As soon as I went through that Rambo franchise, it really got a boost, and I loved it so much because it's a good franchise, just be honest. But also I just love that as soon as I started posting my reviews for each one. Each time I did that, they got progressively more and then more and then more popular to the point to where almost every single one has more than 1,000 views. And so as soon as I get monetized, they will start making me money. Rambo 3 will give me a pretty good amount. Connor, now you're good. You should check it out on YouTube because it's pretty funny. I'll look into that. I might need to make a note of that. The only problem is a lot of my popular views can get copyrighted because the trailer reactions always do. I have no idea how people don't get copyrighted for the trailer reactions. I've never figured that out. Although I do still have quite a few that aren't copyrighted that'll give me a good amount of money. At least I hope. But yeah, those are some of the videos I'm going to try and get caught up. Film Kid, remember Ledger, the drunk guy reacting to the 2019 Oscars? I do. For those that do not know, sorry, I keep going through my hair. For those that do not know, Film Kid and I were talking, and he showed me a video of this drunk guy that was reacting to the 2019 Oscars, and it was he basically put while we were on the call, he basically put on the video, and I could hear the audio. It was the funniest thing ever. It was pathetic in the most funny way possible. It's a really weird description, but I'm telling you, it is very true about it. Film Kid. Also, Ledger, you should check out Hustle. Hustle. Might need to look at Letterboxd on that. I don't think I've heard of that. I've heard of things like American Hustle. I've heard of movies like that. I don't think. Let me look at that. Hustle. Oh, yeah, you watched that yesterday with Adam Sandler. That I was thinking of a comedy for some reason. I don't know why. Just titles like that always make me I don't know. They just make me feel like it's a comedy, just because it sounds weird. There we go. I logged in yesterday. Yeah. Connor, what's your favorite movie franchise? It always goes back and forth between my favorite two. My favorite 5 movie franchises I did is terrible. That video I did, I am not proud of at all. That was an unbelievably embarrassing one. I should delete that one, to be honest, because I don't think a single one would. Okay, 1 or 2. Actually, no, I don't think a single one would be in my top 5. My favorite is Star Wars, because I just love that series. I love the show Andor. I love the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. Not a fan of the third one at all. Of course, the Skywalker saga with the original trilogy. I adore all the ones in the original trilogy. And then I will say I love Phantom Menace. It's pure nostalgia, and I got to see in theaters for its re-release. I think Attack of the Clones is okay. I hate the first half, and the second half, as soon as our Geonosis, that is awesome. That is some of the best in Star Wars, so I do like that. Revenge of the Sith is awesome. Let's just be honest. Force Awakens, I adore, and then The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker are terrible. And Solo, I do not care about whatsoever. And Rogue One, I do think is decent, but very overrated. So it's a phenomenal franchise in terms of movies for the most part. But then when you do, again, like I said, Andor's a great show. The Mandalorian, for the most part, is a great show. I can enjoy things like Kenobi and the Book of Boba Fett, even though they were retroactively very disappointing. Trying to think, what other shows are there? The Clone Wars is phenomenal. Star Wars, that is a great show that gives so much more depth to the characters. I started reviewing the seasons on reviewing the episodes on Serialized and Film Kid, because Film Kid kept pestering me to start being more active on Serialized, and as soon as I do that, he just completely ignores that. Oh, man, jerk. No, I'm joking. I feel like I'm forgetting one. There has to be another one. The Acolyte, I did not see. I'm gonna watch it soon. I'm curious about it because I believe Keanu Reeves is actually in it, and yeah, I think that's it for all the Star Wars. There. Now let's catch back up. Connor, my favorite movie franchise is Star Wars. Admirable, very admirable. Ledger, when are you going to watch Forrest Gump? I already started it. The day I was going to watch Deadpool and Wolverine, which was the day that I was working at the theater. I had like an 8-hour shift. Then right after that, I went and saw A Quiet Place day 1 for the second time. So I rewatched it in theaters. Then I went into Twisters like right after that to see that, because I was buying some time before because the employee screening went until like 10 o'clock. So I then watched Twisters, and surprisingly, I stayed awake through all 3 of those screenings. even though Deadpool did the heavy work by being a riot. So then I went to see Twisters, and of course I love that. And then I had Deadpool and Wolverine. So that day, right before I started working, I on my phone, because at the time I didn't know I was gonna watch A Quiet Place day one. I just decided that there would be enough time for me to do it. So uh, I started Forrest Gump on my phone and was watching it for a little bit. So I've seen a little bit of it. So I've started it. So, but I need to finish it. So I do not know when that will be, though. I'm kidding. Also, what are your thoughts on a Donald Trump biopic releasing yesterday with Sebastian Stan playing Trump? Trump is a very controversial person. He does not know how to speak without getting himself several enemies. So I am interested to see what that is like. He is a very hated person. Of course, he just nearly got assassinated. So, but people say, I think people said it was a decent movie, but I don't know. I'm more into like action and blockbusters. Uh, Ledger, do you see what show I started yesterday? No, I haven't checked Serialized in days. No, probably a week. It's been a while. Connor, I plan on doing a Star Wars video for May 4th next year. I gotta check that out then. It's funny that I've done more Spider-Man and Batman stuff, but I've done less with Star Wars. It's just because I don't have any sets for Star Wars. Star Wars is actually something where I have a billion different like things, especially of Clone Troopers. I have all sorts of stuff for them. Like, of course, you have like Rex on a minifigure. You have Fox. There's a billion of them. Like, if you named a clone trooper from Star Wars, I might have to turn off the camera to go grab them, but I most likely would have them. Give me a second. Yeah, so like if you guys have watched Revenge of the Sith and are actually fans of it, you will know that this guy is the one that killed Ki-Adi-Mundi, which is actually Latin, Mundi from world. Connor, hopefully I can get it for Christmas this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, I started Breaking Bad, and I'm just warning you, the pilot episode of the show is considered the most inappropriate episode of the entire show. Okay? Sarthy keeps trying to get me to watch it. He's DM'd me a few times he's like, dude, have you started Breaking Bad yet? And I'm like, sorry, no. Yeah. He is very passionate about that show. It's not like I'm going to fault him about that. Based on what I hear, it's a great show. My mom loves it. I think she said she likes not Breaking. She likes Better Call Saul better, but it's I used to live near where they shot part of the show. It's so good. Connor, I pretty much have my schedule for all videos. I just want to have I just want to have come out next year. Yeah, like again, Star Wars, I want to start doing more stop motion on them because if you think of if anyone here is a big fan of the Clone Wars, any clone that you will mention, most likely I have it. Like these two in particular are ones I'm proud of Echo and Fives. Wait, there. And this is probably the one I'm most proud of all of them. It's Captain Keeley, who's killed in the same episode he's introduced in. I love his armor, though. Whew. Film Kid, depending on how much you like the show, I might do a ranking of the 5 seasons and El Camino. It's weird to do a ranking of a show with several seasons of a show and a movie, but hey, who am I to tell you how to do your job? And do whatever fits you. Okay, I'm debating whether I should release my Thigh West Extra Trilogy ranking first or my Conjuring Trilogy ranking. Oh, might be more. Might be more interesting to do more of the entire Conjuring universe. I've seen all the movies in the Conjuring universe except for The Nun 2, which I don't know when I'm going to be seeing because I wasn't a fan whatsoever of the first one. I thought I was, actually. The first little bit, I was like, ooh, this is nowhere near as bad as people are making out. And then it nosedives off a cliff. It is yikes. I just ugh. It's a very boring movie. It competes with Annabelle for my least favorite movie in the series that's canon. My least favorite movie in the series is The Curse of La Llorona. Easily, that's my least favorite. Okay, because of the 5 seasons of the show, you're following a character, but another character called Jess and El Camino is closing off his story. Yeah. Hopefully we get some more questions in here since it is a Q&A. But, I mean, it is also a subscriber celebration, so it's not like it's that bad. And I'm just reading what people are saying. Whew. And, oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, my other favorite movie franchise is this guy right over here. I'm going to move that more toward the camera. 00... Screw that up. 007. So I adore the James Bond series. I watched it around last year for the first time. I had not seen them, and of course, I love most of the actors playing them. I love Connery. I do not like Roger Moore at all. I do not like Lazenby. I love Dalton. I love Brosnan, and then I love Craig. So there's 2 ones I really do not like, and then the other ones I love. So it's a great show. Not show. Although I would be intrigued to see if they did a show on that. But and Craig is my favorite. He's the one that embodied the character the best for me. He's also the one that has the most confidence and the one that actually treated the source material the most seriously. There's times where you can tell Connery didn't take it seriously. Mostly in You Only Live Twice. Ooh. Connor, have you watched The Penguin Show? I have not. I do not have Max at the moment. I believe it's supposed to be, even though it's supposed to be Max original, I think it's supposed to be coming on Apple TV to like rent or buy. If so, I'll buy the show. I need to see it. It's one of those shows that I'm very intrigued over. It looks to be more of a crime thriller thing within the realm of the Batman. And currently, the Batman is my favorite movie in the franchise, which was not that for a while. Okay, what director rankings would you like to see from me that I haven't already told you about? Denis Villeneuve, I don't think you've told me about because you keep ignoring me when I tell you to watch Prisoners. Film Kid, are you going to watch Robert Eggers' films in preparation for Nosferatu? I might. Nosferatu, anyway, is my most anticipated movie for the rest of the year. Connor, I do want to joke in my next Indiana Jones video when Henry tells a lot of people that he used to be James Bond. Oh, that's actually very clever writing. Very meta, like Deadpool, who I actually also have a Lego of. Yeah, I'm a very good Lego collector. It's really easy if you just know the right website. Connor, I loved the Batman. Oh yeah, it was a awesome movie with some of the best action in the franchise. That's the one thing I can fault the Dark Knight trilogy for, is that it does not really have very good action in certain scenes, especially like the hand-to-hand combat with Nolan. The hand-to-hand combat with Nolan is really bad for me, especially in like the Batman Begins and the Dark Knight. Actually, no, it was more. I think I noticed it more in the Dark Knight than I did in Begins, even though I think I preferred the Dark Knight to Begins. It goes back and forth, but either way you put it, they're all phenomenal movies, with the exception of Rises. I don't think Rises is phenomenal. It's really good, but it's not phenomenal. Just a big step down, if I'm being honest. Well, I'm going to roll, but have a great live, and I might talk to you later. See you, buddy. I'll be sure to put that on my radar. Got it. Whew. So we might need to wrap this up if we do not get too many more people in here, because I cannot just keep stalling. I've done it before, trust me, and it's not fun. Okay. if you guys have any more questions, this might be the now time to speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm gonna take care of something real quick. Okay. Anyway, an actual announcement about a physical media release that I actually am gonna take my what was it I did? Oh yeah, I'm gonna take down my tier list and put that in its place. Is that we actually got a new physical media release that I actually want to give a shout out to and put in the comments. Because it was a phenomenal release. If y'all have seen the movie No Country for Old Men, it is one of the greatest movies of all time. Just so phenomenal, and it actually got what you call a what is it called? It's called something cool, and uh, it's a thing that is now a 4K, which it did not have, and it's now going to have that, and it's going to be in a very impressive looking thing with some artwork on it. Film Kid actually, who was just here, he told me about it the day it released. The next day, I immediately was like, yeah. Well, I mean, the day that he told me, I was like, oh yeah, I have to. Then the next day, I ordered it. So, well, pre-ordered it technically. So, if it's No Country for Old Men, I'm pre-ordering it immediately. So it should be coming in around December. If y'all love No Country for Old Men, just click on that Amazon link and you will love it. It is a great movie. Really gives a lot of attention. Connor, which movie are you looking forward to more? Spider-Man 4 or the Batman Part 2? Oh, the Batman Part 2 by far. I prefer Batman as a hero to Spider-Man in just about every way. I think Spider-Man's a little overrated as a hero. He has his moments, but I don't think he's as nearly well written as Batman is. Also, like my favorite Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 2 from Sam Raimi, and that wouldn't even be if I put that up against the Batman movies, it wouldn't even be in the top 3. Yes, so it wouldn't even go top 3. The Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises would all go above it by a pretty large quality margin. Anyway, on that note, I'm still excited for Spider-Man 4, but some of the drama that I've been hearing to where I believe we should have gotten at least a little more word on it by now because they kind of broke their streak. Well, no, not really, actually. Let's scratch that. Well, I mean, they kind of broke their streak where 2 years after Homecoming came out, then it was Far From Home. Then 2 years after Far From Home, it was No Way Home. Now it's been 3 years, and they still I don't think have even started shooting. If they have, they're a little more latent to it. There's the Amazon link. You guys might want to check that out. Connor, I've still been meaning to watch it. Oh, it's a movie. It's awesome. It's my second favorite movie behind Die Hard. Connor, the Batman Part 2. I mean, with the Batman part is the one I'm looking forward to. It's tough to say if I think Spider-Man or Batman is a better hero. Fair. The Batman Part 2 after Nosferatu is probably my most anticipated movie going forward for now. I know a lot of people would say Dune or Spider-Verse. I thought Dune Part 2 was a little overrated, even though I did think it was a great theater experience. Across the Spider-Verse, I have been trying to understand the appeal for since it came out. I do not think it's a very good movie. I gave it when I rewatched it, I ended up giving it a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Oh no, you're good. You're good, dude. I mess up typing things all the time. But I really, really, really like Into the Spider-Verse. Across was one of the most disappointing movies of 2024. I don't understand why that movie has so much appeal. Maybe because the animation is stunning, but that's one of my problems. It is so stunning that it is just, how do I say this kindly? It is so stunning that it looks visually terrible, that it actually hurts my eyes looking at it. Especially the scene with Gwen and her dad. I think it's like right after the halfway margin or something where they have like their discussion. That scene nearly made me throw up. It is so visually good that it nearly blinded me. And that is both a good thing and a terrible thing. Hmm. Connor, Across the Spider-Verse was incredible in my opinion, but I prefer the first one. I don't see how it's better than the first. I don't either. I didn't see it in theaters, but still, I don't care. I didn't care to see it in theaters. But well, I think that Miles is very likable in the first one. This one, he is really unlikable. He makes a lot of really stupid decisions that really hurt me. Like, he doesn't think about anyone, where he immediately endangers Gwen by trying to go with her. There's so many bad decisions about it. I'm gonna rewatch it eventually, but it's not a movie I care to at all. I could go the rest of my life without rewatching it, and I would be just fine. Hmm. Hmm. Also, I would like to say, Connor, thank you very much for staying here when everyone has abandoned me. Mainly this guy. Oh boy. Connor, Venom or Venom Let There Be Carnage? Man. I'm not a fan of either one, to be honest. If you made me choose, I would say Venom, but that's not by much. I do think they're both like 10 times better than what came after with Morbius and Madam Web. Those two things are disasters in every sense of the word. Venom and Venom Let There Be Carnage are bad movies that have very terrible scripts, but have some fun to be had. That Morbius and Madam Web cannot hold a candle to at all. They are not fun whatsoever. A lot of people say Morbius has some fun times with all the like it's Morbin time. Oh, that movie bored me to living tears. I I do not think I would ever rewatch that one. So Venom and Venom Let There Be Carnage are watchable, but I do not like either one. But so I would say Venom, but yeah, you're picking your poisons at that point. That entire universe is. And what worries me is that we still have Craven the Hunter, which looks like it's going to be Madam Web again. So we're going to get Venom, Venom Let There Be Carnage, Morbius, Madam Web, and Craven the Hunter. That is asking for death, Connor. Yep, no problem. Oh boy. Mm. Connor, the first one is only really good. One out of the universe, in my opinion. I agree. Well, no, I mean, I don't agree that it's good, but I do agree it's the best one of the series so far. I really hope that changes. I know Crave the Hunter isn't going to change it. That is going to be a disaster. It could be canceled, and I am praying to God it gets canceled. I would love it. I would be so happy if it got canceled. And it never saw the light of day, but no. Connor, I'm looking forward to seeing Null in The Last Dance. I completely forgot The Last Dance is coming out. I keep forgetting it. It looks like it'll be the worst one for me. I'm willing to be surprised. It has a better story than either one based on with the comic it's adapting. I have not read that comic. I haven't read a single comic. But well, I mean of superheroes I haven't. So I'm hoping it's going to be really good. I am a quote from Prisoners that I used when I was describing Joker. Pray for the best, but prepare for the worst. Oh man, especially when you're talking about movies, that is a terrible quote to use because that really shows what's going to happen to you. Anyway, uh, yeah, I think that's about it, guys. So, Connor, if you want to drop your last question or a couple questions, then I will be patient and wait for you. But after that, I think I will end this thing since we only have you who's been having to support me, which I do thank you for, by the way. Hmm. Connor, I just hope they don't treat Null like they were with Carnage. Oh, Carnage was pathetic. I mean, no offense to Woody Harrelson. I have seen him do great movies. I've seen him do great acting. He is phenomenal in like War for the Planet of the Apes. He is a despicable villain that you hate his guts. In this, he is doing his best. Uh he does not know he's not giving you very good writing. I just don't like his version of the character. I have a few more. Oh, that's good. Connor, the second one was mid, in my opinion. I hate that word, but I'm going to actually say that you might be being kind, but I can understand people saying that. It had more fun, I think, than the second one. I mean, the first one, I just prefer the first one because the second one was a bigger letdown. First one, it was a big letdown. Second one was a gigantic letdown, especially with the fact that it had Carnage and he was such an underwhelming villain. Although I hadn't even heard of Riot before I saw the first one. He was, I believe, I don't think he was made directly for the movie, but I don't think he was very popular, if I'm being honest. So I'll let you get to your questions. Connor, who's your favorite Batman movie villain except for Heath Ledger's Joker? I mean, I have to say Ledger because that's my name. Okay, I'm joking. I would go with Tom Hardy's Bane. I hate the way that he is treated in the Dark Knight Rises ending, where how they conclude his character. I hate that. I hate the way that they make him basically a lapdog for Bane. No, a lapdog for Talia al Ghul. I hate that, but he is so freaking cool. He is very intimidating. He is more physically intimidating than Joker is. I will say that he is just as smart as Joker is, and he's the only one really that managed to get his plan to mostly succeed. Technically, the Joker also got his to succeed. It was just in a different way, where he turns Harvey into Two-Face. So the Joker's the really one that wins in the Dark Knight, not the good guys, which they actually state. I do wish he could have come. He could have come back, because the way that they leave him off in the Dark Knight with him just laughing there, it's very obvious that they probably were going to do more. I'm not going to blame that on them. They had no choice with what happened to them. I mean, with what happened to Heath Ledger, so they couldn't just resurrect him from the dead so that he could play that. But I am willing to bet that probably he would have ended up having a little bit of a role in The Dark Knight Rises if Heath Ledger had not died. I would have loved it if they had like the Dark Knight Falls, and then the Dark Knight Rises, and did not make it a trilogy, because the Dark Knight Rises is overly long, yet still feels like it's missing way too much, which is so sad to me. And I would have loved it if, like, after that prison scene, the movie just capped off with like the Joker just the Joker like just joining Bane, and then you get like an awesome face off in the new movie. Frankie Mega World, hi. Hey. Unfortunately, YouTube banned me from you. I have no clue how that happened. I guess it does that sometimes. And Connor, the problem was that they kind of go lighthearted in the second one, while the first one they go dark in a way, which is what you should expect from the Venom character, at least to me. I agree with that. Venom has never been done justice in the movies. He's either being really dumb and stupid in his own movies, or he's being very sidelined and is only in like the last 30 minutes of Spider-Man 3. Yeah. Hmm. Got it. Well, I mean, Frankie, sorry, I'm about to wrap up on this one because I have some stuff to do, and doesn't look like anyone's in here too much. There's a few people, but I am about to wrap this up, so I'll let you guys ask like one more question, then I'm gonna try and end the stream. Anyway, yeah, so that would have been awesome, getting a like double feature of the Dark Knight movies, where you get Dark Knight Falls and then Rises. You would have spoiled completely what would have happened to Batman, but it still would have made for an awesome, like, just 1-2 punch, especially if they got the quality more toward Batman Begins or The Dark Knight than they did with what The Dark Knight Rises ended up being. Okay. Oh, we got Myers edits in here. Have you seen Terrifier 3 yet? No. My theater that I work at has not gotten it yet. We do not know if we're going to get it. It has been making bukus of money, so it might end up getting it. So uh it we might end up getting it because of how much money it's going to make. All I know is it will be very shocking seeing how what art does as his usual stuff. He is a menace in the first one, really a menace in the second one. The third one, I hear he's the most extreme, which worries me to death because he has such a violent kill in the second one. He is probably the most violent kill I've ever seen in a movie. In the second one, the bedroom scene. If you've seen Terrifier 2, you know what I mean. I saw Gladiator 2, no joke. Pretty cool. I hope it is good. Connor, I'm going to head out now. Nice chatting with you. You have a good one. Yeah, I think I better end this one too, guys. So I just want to say thank you very much for this whole, for not being too angry at me for the whole hibernation I was in with YouTube. And thank you very much for letting me reach this goal of 1,000 subscribers and this whole Q&A and the whole live Q&A hangout. Was a fun time for how long it lasted. Anyway, Frankie says bye, take care, and then Myers edits, yeah, for real, art is brutal. Oh, he is mean and messed up in the worst and best possible way, kind of. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good one.